So a bunch of you opened your laptop this week, launched Antigravity like you do every single morning, and found a completely different app staring back at you. There was no code editor, no project history, just an empty chat box. And the comments on my last video made it pretty clear how that felt. People were saying Google ruined the whole platform, that they killed the IDE, that 2.0 is unusable. I want to clear this up because most of what's going around isn't actually true. The IDE is still there. Google just did a genuinely bad job launching the new version, and the auto update made it 10 times worse. Here's what's actually going on. On Tuesday at Google I/O, they announced Antigravity 2.0, and the thing most people are missing is that 2.0 isn't really an update to the IDE. It's a different product entirely. Google split Antigravity into 4 separate pieces, and the old IDE is now just one of them. There's Antigravity 2.0, which is the new standalone desktop app. There's the Antigravity CLI for the terminal. There's the Antigravity SDK for developers building their own agents. And then there's the Antigravity IDE, which is the code editor that's been around since November. That last one, the IDE, that's the thing most of you were already using. It still exists and it still works, it's just no longer the front door to this whole application. And this is where the launch kind of messes up. When you go to the antigravity.google right now, the big download button at the top installs Antigravity 2.0, the agent manager, not the IDE. The IDE is buried lower down the page on a separate download link that a lot of people are missing entirely. But the bigger problem is the auto update. If you already had Antigravity installed, your machine pulled down 2.0 automatically and replaced your editor with the new agent manager. According to a few developer blogs walking through the fix, the new installer writes to a totally different app data folder than the old one. So your project history, your chat threads, your custom settings, all of it looks like it was gone. It's not actually deleted on your Windows, it's just sitting in the old folder while the new app reads from a new one. But unless you know that, it looks like Google just wiped your whole workspace. That's why the comments I was seeing under my video looked the way it did. People weren't overreacting, they opened their editor and the editor was gone. Here's how I see it. The product itself isn't ruined. The 2.0 app is actually a pretty serious step forward if you care about multi-agent workflows. You can run parallel agents, schedule background tasks, spin up sub-agents. That stuff is genuinely useful. And the IDE is still right there if you just want to write code the way you were before. But Google launched this like an engineering team, not a product team. They renamed the platform, split it into 4 surfaces, made the new agent app the default download, pushed an auto update that broke a lot of people's setup, and then didn't really communicate any of it clearly. A simple in-app message saying your IDE is now a separate download, here's the link, would have prevented majority of this. So if you're sitting there frustrated, you're not crazy, the platform is fine, the launch was the problem. And in the rest of this video, I'm going to walk you through what each of the 4 pieces actually does, when you would use each one, and how to get your IDE back if 2.0 took it away from you. Before we continue, today's video is sponsored by Outscale, and what they're putting on this weekend is genuinely worth your time. You'll probably notice that Claude is one of the most talked about tools on the internet right now. Claude has been launching new models and features like Claude Cowork, Claude Design, Skills, Connectors, literally every week. It's one of the most powerful tools right now. People are going from idea to a Launchpad app without writing a single line of code, creating full presentations, automated workflows, and entire marketing functions all running on cloud. Everyone is telling you to learn it, but almost nobody is teaching you how. That is why Outscale is creating the world's first Claudathon. It's the world's first deep dive workshop on Claude and 10 plus other AI tools running this weekend 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And they just opened up 1,000 free seats for a limited time. Millions of people across the world have already attended this and rated it a 4.9 out of 5 on Trustpilot. In the workshop, you'll do deep research on Claude, build your own artifacts and dashboards, create full presentations using Claude, set up Claude connectors like Indeed to automate your job search, master 10 plus AI tools, build custom GPTs and agents, generate visuals and videos with AI, and at the end of it, be in a situation to automate your entire week. And if you sign up now as a bonus, you get an AI prompt library, 50 secret Claude code codes that turn it into a God tier tool, and a personalized AI toolkit builder all for free. The best part is that you get mentored by leaders from Microsoft, Google, Amazon, and Nvidia. What you learn in 2 days could genuinely change the next 2 years of how you work. So sign up now before they sell out. The link is in the description, scan the QR code, and join before the seats close. Alright, let's get back into the video. Alright, before I show you anything, I'm going to show you exactly how to get your IDE back. Most of the time, it's still on your application, But let's say if you were to download the IDE or you're downloading it for the first time, whatever the case is, how would you actually go there? One thing to note is that when you click on this download for macOS on Google Antigravity, this is going to take you to the 2.0 section directly. It's not going to take you to the IDE. If you want your IDE back, it's very simple. If you go to the products, you can see that you have your Antigravity 2.0 over here, your Antigravity CLI, SDK, and then the IDE. So then click on this and then download this. Now, what's really kind of funny and really, I would say a bad design choice by Google is that if you download the applications, you can see I have it downloaded over here. This is the 2.0, which is the same logo as the IDE, but it's white. So if you actually have this downloaded, this is how you would tell the difference. The white logo is your Antigravity 2.0, and this black logo is your Antigravity IDE. Once that's downloaded, I'll show you guys exactly what to use each for. So what you're looking at right now are both applications open side by side. I hope you guys can figure out which one is the Antigravity IDE. This is the one all of you guys love, and this is the obviously 2.0. And it looks pretty confusing when you were to open this obviously for the first time and you just see this. If you're used to this, you probably freak out like, where did everything go? But Antigravity 2.0, the one on the left over here, this is the new flagship app and the one most of you got auto updated into without any single warning. The way to think about it is this. The old Antigravity IDE was a code editor with an agent sitting next to it. You can see that the agent is on the side. The new 2.0 app flips that completely. There's no code editor. The whole window is built around managing agents. You sit at top of the workflow, you tell it what you want, and it spins up multiple agents underneath so you can actually do the work and they kind of handle majority of the work for you. The headline feature is obviously parallel sub-agents. You can give it a task and it breaks the task into chunks. Then it clones itself into specialized workers. For example, one agent could be working on the front end, one on the back end, one running tests, one running the browser to verify. They all run at the same time and share context and report back to you. At the I/O demo, Google's team had this thing run 93 parallel agents on a single task. They actually built a operating system core in 12 hours for under $1,000 in tokens and then ran a Doom clone on top of it. So that's the kind of workload this app is actually designed for. You can also schedule tasks, basically cron for your agents. You can tell it to run a code review, for example, every single morning at 9. So when would you actually use this? You would use this when you have a complex project and you rather direct a small team of agents than write the code yourself, obviously. You would skip this if you mostly want to write the code with an AI helping you. That's not what this app is for anymore. The Antigravity IDE, this is the one that everyone loves, is the original product from November 2025. The VS Code fork with the editor, the integrated terminal, the built-in Chromium browser, the manager surface, the artifacts panel, the knowledge base, all of that is still here. It still gets updates. It still supports the latest Gemini models, Claude models, etc. What changed is that this is now a separate download. The IDE is on a different page at Antigravity, like I showed you guys, and a lot of people missed it, which is why their machine auto updates into the agent manager on the left, and they thought the IDE was gone. And for most of you watching this, this is still probably the product you actually want. If your workflow was open the editor, write code with an agent next to you, use the integrated browser to test, the IDE does all of that. The 2.0 desktop app does not do that, so you would not use that for that. Use the IDE when you want to actually write the code and want an agent to collaborate with you, versus this is more the agent doing the work and you kind of monitoring it, fixing it, etc. You can maybe use these hand in hand. You can start off with this, have the agent actually do majority of your work for you, and then transfer your project or files to your IDE if you want to make some specific changes. That is not a bad idea. Get a head start and then customize it based off of your needs. But for most viewers like you probably are going to use this, and this is probably what you guys love, versus the thing on the left. The screen you're looking at right now is the Antigravity CLI. This one is important because it's officially replacing Gemini CLI. Google confirmed at I/O that Gemini CLI is being shut down for consumer users on June 18. AI Pro, AI Ultra, free tier, all of it, it's gone next month. So if you were using Gemini CLI for anything, you need to migrate to Antigravity CLI before then. Enterprise customers on Code Assist Standard or Enterprise get to keep access, but everyone else is being pushed over. The CLI is actually built in Go, which makes it noticeably faster than the old Gemini CLI. It runs the same agent harness as the desktop app, so anything the 2.0 app can do, the CLI can also do. Parallel agent, sub-agent, scheduled tasks, all of it works here. It just runs in your terminal instead of a window. It also keeps the feature Gemini CLI's users actually cared about: agent skills, hooks, sub-agents, extensions. The extensions get renamed to Antigravity plugins, but they work the same way. Now, obviously, you would use a CLI if you live in your terminal, want lightweight agent workflows without a heavy GUI, or you're migrating off Gemini CLI before it dies next month. This would be your go-to spot. Now, the last one, the Antigravity SDK. This one is for developers. The SDK gives you access to the same agent harness that powers the 2.0 app and the CLI, code execution, file management, web browsing, the reasoning loop. You pull all of that into your own product, define custom agent behaviors, and host them wherever you want. In practice, you would use this to drop an agent into your own SaaS app, build internal tools for your engineering team, or wire agents into your CI/CD pipeline. It's optimized for Gemini, but you can swap models. Obviously, you would use this if you're building AI agents into your own products. You would skip it if you just want to use them. So now the lineup should make sense once you see it laid out. One agent brain underneath, 4 surfaces on top, IDE if you want to write the code yourself, 2.0 app if you want to manage agents instead, CLI for the terminal, and SDK for building your own agents. The product strategy is solid, the launch was the problem. 3 things went wrong. Number 1, the default download became the new app instead of the IDE. Second, the auto updates silently swap your editor with the agent manager. And third, there was almost no in-app messaging telling you what happened or where your IDE went. All 3 of those issues turned a real product upgrade into a week of angry Reddit threads and comments. So if you got auto updated and you want your old setup back, here's the fix. Uninstall Antigravity 2.0, go to antigravity.google/download, scroll to the IDE section and install just the IDE. On Windows, your old project history is still sitting in the roaming Antigravity folder. Copy it into the roaming Antigravity IDE folder and your projects come back. And if you actually do want to try the agent orchestration stuff, install 2.0 alongside the IDE. They run as separate apps, you don't have to pick one. That's the real story of this launch. Google didn't actually ruin Antigravity. They just shipped 4 products at once and forgot to tell the people already using product number 1 that nothing they had was actually broken. But that's it for today's video. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel, follow our new newsletter as well at universeofai.beehive.com, as well as subscribe to the main channel World of AI, and support us on X by following the Universe of AI Z as well. Until then, I'll see you guys in the next video.